Among the most chilling photos in the public eye today are ones linked with totality or irreversible damage. Often photos will arise of haunting moments captured just prior to extreme tragedy or untimely death. As upsetting as these circumstances are, the images linked with them are often fascinating and offer a brief insight into an eerie snapshot locked in time forever. In this video, we'll be covering 9 of the most unsettling last photos ever taken, and we'll be exploring tragedies from every corner of the globe. Some of these photographs are indeed unsettling, but can serve as a strict reminder of the dangers of the planet we share. Join us as we cover everything from haunting and fatal accidents to moments captured seconds before devastating catastrophes. The Waco glider accident. The Waco CG-4 glider, a bulky and ungainly looking aircraft, was a model of common military glider used in the United States Air Force throughout World War II. The planes appeared on the battlefields in 1942, and across their period of use, over 13,000 gliders were in circulation. Constructed of wood and metal and coated in a layer of fabric, the glider was manned by a pilot and co-pilot, and was designed to carry either 13 troops and their equipment, or one military vehicle such as a jeep into battle. The rapid production of these vehicles compromised quality for quantity, however, and a terrifying accident on the 1st of August 1943 arose as a result. On this fateful day, a Waco CG-4 glider, specifically CG-4A RO42 78839, was soaring above a crowd of several thousand onlookers who had amassed at Lambert Field, St. Louis, Missouri, to witness the very first public demonstration of the gliders that would transport American troops into battle. The glider was piloted by 2 United States Army Air Force crewmen and a series of VIP passengers, most notably William D. Becker, the mayor of St. Louis. Alongside him sat William B. Robertson, the co-founder of Robertson Aircraft Corporation, the company who had designed and built the glider, and 6 of his senior employees. As the glider depicted here soared overhead, its right wing began to creak and snap. As it parted from the body of the craft and fell to the earth. Spinning out of control, the glider prematurely made a catastrophic descent to earth, smashing into the ground and killing all 10 passengers, including Robertson and Becker, as the shocked crowd observed the whole thing. This image shows the final picture of the craft as it soared overhead. Upon investigation, it was discovered that in an effort to produce as many gliders as possible, restrictions on quality control were often overlooked, and the planes were ill-equipped to take to the skies as a result. Several quality inspectors were fired following the incident. Roro-Chan. Roro-Chan was the online moniker of a 14-year-old Japanese girl who tragically took her own life on an internet livestream in 2013. Her story is brief and bleak, and not much has been documented or archived about its specifics. Roro-Chan began to stream herself to viewers on the internet in 2012, where she would sing, play the piano, or chat with her viewers. Some of her videos on occasion were much more extreme, and she was known to film herself running across a road in front of oncoming traffic, or standing on tall objects that could have easily posed a massive risk of death if she were to fall. It has also been reported that she had a poor relationship with her family, whom she lived with, and was badly bullied at school. In hindsight, when you consider what happened next, these were huge warning signs that something wasn't right with this girl's mental health. Towards the end of 2013, things took a dark turn for Roro-Chan. In pursuit of internet fame, she wanted to become a legend, which according to several individuals familiar with these streams, was slang for taking her own life. Users on her live streams would encourage her to do this, and on the 24th of November 2013, that's tragically exactly what she did. Setting up her live stream video as usual, she greeted her viewers and began to walk towards her window. 13 stories up, she films herself stepping onto a box and throws herself off of the building to her death. The camera rapidly spins and rolls, and some viewers have reported to hear her scream in the process. Although these photos show the last images of Roro-Chan before her death, we would absolutely not recommend searching for the video showing her actual death. Maqsood Khan. This image shows Maqsood Khan, a 20-year-old from Delhi, India, cowering before a fully grown 470-pound Bengal tiger at the Delhi Zoo. Moments before this image was taken, Maqsood had climbed over a tree overhanging the tiger's exhibit at the zoo when he fell into the moat of the exhibit below, alerting the resident tiger. Sadly, Maqsood was known to have been suffering from severe mental health difficulties at the time of the incident, but it's unknown if this was a direct attempt by him to take his life or simply an accident. When the young man fell into the moat, the tiger was alerted and wandered over to investigate. Upon seeing what had happened, the tiger loomed over the cowering Maqsood, who had no way of retreating, and onlookers from outside the exhibit began throwing sticks and stones at the big cat to distract it from killing him. After 15 minutes, the tiger attacked Maqsood, killing him with little effort. Keepers did not manage to reach him in time, and the body remained where it was, alongside the tiger for 2 hours following his death. This last image is a terrifying reminder of our place in the natural world, and a brief insight into the immense power of such a large carnivore. Jeremy Worthy. 43-year-old Jeremy Worthy was a hobbyist kayaker native to New South Wales in Australia. Towards the end of May 2020, he posted a series of chilling updates to his Facebook account that served as a final plea for help as he was dragged out into the ocean current. These images are what Jeremy posted to his Facebook account, explaining that he was swamped by the tide as he kayaked out to go fishing. Alongside this, he posted a map with his location and a video where he explained his deadly predicament. Commenters on his Facebook account contacted the emergency services, and rescuers were on the scene trying to locate Jeremy just 9 minutes after his video was posted. In the video, the waves swell and crash around him, pushing him even further out into the vast expanse of blue ahead. Tragically, Jeremy's kayak was discovered, washed up on Long Beach, New South Wales, on Sunday 24th of May 2020. Not too far away lied Jeremy's body, who had drowned in the accident. These final photos and video offer a chilling glimpse into the horrors Jeremy must have experienced in those final moments, and our condolences are with his family. Ki-Suk Han. On the 3rd of December 2012, horror struck the New York subway system at Midtown Station when Ki-Suk Han, a 58-year-old commuter from Queens, New York, was shoved onto the train tracks by Naeem Davis, who crept up behind him. Screaming onlookers frantically waved and called to Han, who in the face of an oncoming subway train was now frantically trying to pull himself back up onto the platform in time. The train sadly was too fast, and Han was killed in the impact as the train struck him. This photo shows Han attempting to pull himself back up as the train can be seen approaching him in the background. The story expanded when Naeem went to trial. However, he was found not guilty of murder and manslaughter charges in July 2017 when it came to light that Han, who was heavily intoxicated at the time of the incident, caused Naeem to act in self-defense. Han had bumped into Naeem at the subway turnstile and promptly began following him down the platform, shouting obscenities and death threats while trying to grab him. Naeem shoved Han to get him to leave him alone, but tragically fell to his death in the process. Due to a lack of evidence, Naeem was not jailed. Deborah Garlick. This image of British holidaymaker Deborah Garlick was taken on Boxing Day in 2004. Judging by the sunny atmosphere of the photo, which was taken on a beach in Thailand's west coast, as Deborah and her partner relaxed by a lagoon. This is at first sight a photo that would invoke positive memories. But looks can be deceiving, and due to events completely beyond Deborah's control, this was to be the final day of her life. Out to sea, in the Indian Ocean, a magnitude 9 earthquake had shaken the earth below the water, sending gigantic shockwaves towards Southeast Asia. Along with those shockwaves came tsunamis. Famously, on the Boxing Day of 2004, Thailand, along with Sri Lanka, Indonesia, India, the Maldives, Myanmar, and even Somalia, was hit with colossal tsunamis, which collectively killed over 227,000 people. 31-year-old Deborah Garlick was one of them, and this is the last photo of her relaxing in the sun as the devastation brewed off the coast. Southeast Asia coastlines were ravaged in the disaster's wake. And this picture continues to serve as a haunting reminder of the unspeakable dangers harboured within our planet's crust. The Humboldt Broncos. These photos show the immense scale of damage caused by a crash on a road outside of Armley, Saskatchewan, Canada, on April 6, 2018. As individuals can be seen surveying and talking outside of the wreckage, 16 dead bodies are hidden within, namely the bodies of the Humboldt Broncos, a junior ice hockey team from Humboldt, Saskatchewan. The horrific crash took place when a 29-year-old was driving a huge semi-trailer, ran a stop sign at 60 miles per hour, slamming into the hockey team's bus as he did so. The vehicles collided with extreme force, and 16 individuals on the bus were killed. 13 further people suffered injuries as a result of the crash, and the driver of the semi was promptly arrested and charged with 16 counts of dangerous operation of a motor vehicle causing death and 13 counts of dangerous operation of a motor vehicle causing bodily injury. After pleading guilty, he was sentenced to 8 years in prison, where he currently remains today. These photos show the full extent of the wreckage caused by the crash, and it's dreadful to think about the scale of panic that would have been taking place on board the bus as the semi ploughed into it. In the wake of the incident, a GoFundMe was set up for survivors and families of those affected, which raised over $15 million, a national record for Canada. Carl Friedrich Gauss. It's likely that many people won't recognize the name Carl Friedrich Gauss as being one of the most gifted and prolific mathematicians of all time, but his contributions to the field have revolutionized arithmetic. Born to poor and illiterate parents, Carl was able to figure out his own previously unknown birthday, August 30th, 1777, from deriving dates from the past and future, using his own mathematical methods. Even at the age of 3, he was correcting other adults on their mathematical errors, and continued to pursue this gift throughout his life. Some of his mathematical achievements include writing Disquisitiones Arithmetica, one of the most important mathematical textbooks ever written, and developing a method of tracking planets and other celestial bodies using maths. Carl did not pursue fame or fortune, but plainly sought to increase his knowledge and further mathematics as a field. As such, many of his revelations were just notes in his diary, which his fellow mathematicians would go on to publish themselves years later. Despite his brilliant mind for mathematics, Carl's family life was strained, and he was known for putting immense pressures on his children, which strained his relationships with them. In his later years, when his wife passed, he was known for spending all of his time obsessing over his studies, devoting little time to anything or anybody else. This photo, an aging Carl on his deathbed just days before he passed, is the only known photo of him that was ever taken. Anton Dostler's last photo. Anton Dostler was a German Nazi army officer throughout World War II. Having served in World War I and working his way up the ranks, he was stationed in Italy for much of the Second World War, and like many of his colleagues, has a dark history associated with his name. In March 1944, Dostler was stationed not too far from La Spezia, Italy, when a party of 15 US Army soldiers landed on the beaches, with intentions of demolishing an Italian railway line to hinder the Axis troops. The soldiers were captured by Dostler's men and taken to La Spezia. When determining what to do with the captives, a paper trail followed Dostler, who, in accordance with Adolf Hitler's directions, gave the order for all 15 of the US soldiers to be executed. Dostler's men did as instructed and buried their bodies in a mass grave. When the war came to an end, and with Germany defeated, US soldiers arrested Dostler on the 8th of May 1945, where he was charged with war crimes for killing the soldiers a year prior. At the trials, it was determined that Dostler was guilty of these war crimes and was sentenced to death by firing squad, which was carried out on the 1st of December 1945. This photo was taken of Dostler as US soldiers tied him to a post shortly before he was executed by a squad of 12 men. So that's 9 unsettling last photos taken of people before disaster struck or with tragic backstories. Many of these photos are difficult to take in and do not make for pleasant viewing, but some of them serve as a reminder of the hidden dangers within our planet and the people that inhabit it, Perhaps these pictures can serve as a reminder to make the most of each day and live your life to its full extent while you can. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow for another video.